boys and girls. It's Dana Sturco's Killer Queen Antique Jewelry, live from England. Jewel School. I've only just put up that I was going to go live. So we'll see how many of you come in. Probably a lot of you are working, but it is, oh heck, what is it, 9 p.m. here? Here in England, that is. We've got one person in. Is it one of my people? We'll find out. There's always a delay in chat. Pardon me while I slurp a cup of tea. It's been a very long day. Let me close my office door so it's a little quieter. Hi, Barb Mulvane, how are you? You're like, it's me. It's me, Mario. It's me, Barb M. Hi, Lily, how are you? Should I turn some music on? I wanted it. People, I think it's ASMR when I play with the glass. But I have to have a bit of noise and not just my loud clock, because that puts some of you to sleep. Helps me rest too, though. I say we put music on a little bit. Yes? I have to probably watch the volume. I had it cranked up earlier. There we go. Just a little something in the background there. We'll see how many people we get in. Cold day. I was on the coast earlier today. And let me tell you, it was heavenly. It was dry. It was sunny. The water was gorgeous. I didn't want to leave. But of course, I decided on my way back on the train for 4 hours that I was going to do jewel school because I've been threatening it. Yeah, it was an amazing day. It was absolutely beautiful. A little bit life affirming. You know, if you feel kind of crap, go to the ocean. And then, of course, I got back here and it was raining. Dark and raining and cold, and it reminded me things I don't like about autumn in England. I need my tea close to me. I've got another cup next to me because I wanted to show you all how to test for jet stone. Because there is such a thing as French jet, and of course there's real jet stone. Loads and loads. I wasn't going to include, but I thought, you know, it's not my channel if I don't include rock crystal quartz. So hopefully I'll teach you how to identify that. I can identify it by sight. I can tell it apart from crystal. The more you handle it, the more you see it, I'm convinced that anybody will be able to. It's like any type of jewelry. The more you're exposed to it, the more you see it, the more you touch it, the more you feel it, the more you'll learn. Guys, don't forget to click the 3 little dots. Let's feed the algorithm for YouTube. It's so, you used to just be able to click the darn thing. Now that you have to click the dots, and it's a pain in the bum. And I'm fairly sure I'm the first person that brought uranium glass jewelry to YouTube. Don't know if, I know that my people probably know that, but I don't know if these other sellers that act like uranium glass jewelry is, they brought it. No, kids. That was me, because I've been in love with it forever. Oh, hi, Lizzie. What's not that hard, Barb? To identify jet from French jet? I'm sorry, I missed what you were saying. What was hard? I even brought out a mid-century piece because one of my favorite things is Aurora Borealis. And I'll be darned, I cannot find, you know, there is antique glass that has Aurora Borealis, and it's not a finish. It was Swarovski that came up with Aurora Borealis finish because it was so beautiful in glass. Now, I'm pretty sure I was the first person, but there are a lot of glass sellers. There are a lot of antique sellers. There are a lot of people that call themselves antique sellers. Swarovski still makes beautiful jewelry. I just get upset that a lot of it is in base metal now. And the only reason being I can't wear it. I can't wear a costume to save my life. It just reacts poorly with my skin. That's the only reason. It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't love it. I love a lot of it. I just can't have it anywhere near my skin. I have my quietest vape. For those of you, it's not nicotine. I vape CBD. I'm old and arthritic. Well, I'm not that old, but some days, like today, I feel old. My skin is bougie. I'm not bougie, but my skin certainly is. Like, I went through, this is just some of the glass, of course, that I have. And I don't know, I must have another stash here somewhere, because this isn't even everything that I wanted to bring to you. Like, oh, darn, there goes a bead. I have to find it. This is a gorgeous necklace that I have to have restrung. It's pink and blue and satin glass. And is the clasp on there? Yeah. Definitely want to reuse this clasp because it's just gorgeous and unique. It's a big long necklace and the beads are loose. So, hi April, how are you, honey? April, I wanted to tell you, before you get your package and in your brooch, your brooch is in a little baggie, you'll see there are a lot of loose flat pearls. Don't think they all fell off of your pearl brooch. I just sent you extras. I thought, oh, I better tell her, because she's going to like open it up, look at the package and see all these little loose pearls at the bottom and think, oh my God. No, I just sent you extra ones. So I think maybe we'll get started, because we don't want to be here all night. Oh, that's okay, honey. What do we start with? Why not the rock crystal? Because it's the most sparkly. And we're all magpies. And even though I said glass identification, I do want to teach you the difference between glass and rock crystal, because the price is considerable. Crystal is expensive, especially antique, but it's not. It's crystal. It's glass fortified with lead. I mean, hi, Husky. There are some absolutely gorgeous examples of lead crystal. I'm going to show you one right now. And the reason I love it, it's got a sterling clasp and it's on sterling chain. Your package is still in Royal Mail? Honey, message me any questions about shipping. I can't really answer them right now. You had a package just go out recently, and I sent you the tracking for it. But if you need to get hold of me about something, just message me on Messenger. It's not like something I can address right this minute. So back to the difference between crystal and rock crystal. Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Thank you for coming in, honey. I know it's late for you. Well, the only thing that's crazy about that is there are flea bites on this necklace. Given that it's Art Deco, I think we'll let some flea bites go. It is absolutely gorgeous, but it is lead crystal. It's rock cut when it has those facets that can actually... there's a difference between rock cut and rock quartz. A lot of sellers that don't know the difference will put rock cut as rock quartz. Rock crystal quartz is actually a natural gemstone. It's an actual gem. It's quartz. It's crystal clear quartz. This is rock crystal quartz, and this is lead crystal. Now, one kind of dead giveaway, lead crystal is a bit gray to the eye. Rock crystal quartz tends to be a tiny bit warmer, which is ironic because in your hand, this weighs twice as much, not only because it's a bigger piece, because it's a gemstone. It's heavier than leaded glass, and it's ice cold, and it stays ice cold. It's just, thank you, honey. It's a velvet finish, cat's eye. I bought a ruby from our Bob today. An Art Deco Burma ruby. Let me take it off. It's only a half carat, but Burma rubies and a 1/4 carat of diamonds. Well, actually, half carat of diamonds because they're 2/4. It's an old European cut oval and old cut diamonds in a rosy 15 karat gold. And even though it's a smaller ring, I mean, it is what it is. Bob will be 80 in April. So for 80 years old, he's actually doing quite well. He's having a cataract removed next week, which is going to help him and help us all out because hopefully once he has that removed, he'll be able to set stones again. He hasn't set stones for the last better than a year. His eyesight's just not been. Oh, thank you, Lily. I thought so too. Even though it's kind of small for many of you. You all like but I thought it was gorgeous. And let's face it, I love deco. One of my favorites. Yeah, every time I say, oh, hey, people from my channel said hi, he's like, whatever. But that's crappy Bob. I thought he was going to be 77 for some reason. And I said, oh, you're 77 in April. And he said, no, I'm not. I'll be 80. Many people like petite jewelry. I've got big hands. But, you know, I'll take a Burma ruby and 2 gorgeous diamonds. I'd wear it. Well, I have it on my hand, so obviously I would wear it. It's about a 6 3/4 at the moment. And I love that it was in 15 karat. And pink gold. Pink gold. We actually call it red gold here. What we call rose gold. Oh, hi, Donna. How are you? Yeah, I've recognized your name now. I'm an old dog, honey, but I do recognize these things. So the difference between rock cut crystal and rock cut crystal quartz. Boy, we're gonna go through it, aren't we? Rock crystal quartz. Rock crystal quartz is an actual gemstone, a crystal clear gemstone, a quartz. And lead crystal is lead fortified glass. So, like I said, one of the easiest ways for you to tell the difference in the two, if you're holding even a heavy piece like this, but like for like, you're going to be able to tell immediately when you hold them that this is heavier. Like I said, this looks a bit more gray. It's easier too when you're learning to put it on a piece of white paper. Now, glass is inherent for even fine crystal for teeny tiny bubbles. So if you ever see bubbles in a piece, you can forget it. It's not rock crystal quartz. There are no bubbles. Now, in lesser specimens, you can see dark marks or inclusions of rock crystal quartz because it is a crystal gemstone. And it does grow alongside other gems, so you might see a crossover of crystal. Or you might see clouds or inclusions. But it's going to be a lesser quality specimen. Usually in fine jewelry, when you see rock crystal quartz, it's like this. And it's like this. And it's like this. And it's like this. These are rock crystal quartz pools of light. I do have them in crystal here as well, though. That does get confusing. And if you get really confused, Yeah, these are rock crystal quartz. And these are crystal. So, like I started to say, if you get really confused, how you can help yourself out is to buy a cheap diamond tester. Because it's a difference between glass and quartz, I always turn it up a few. You know, when I turn it on, I always let it register. Let that warm up. And what it does is senses heat. And gemstones will put off heat. That's how it works. You can also use it for precious metals. Yeah, these will warm in your hand. True rock crystal quartz will not warm in your hand. It might get a tiny bit warmer from your, depending upon how warm your hands or body are. But it'll never truly get warm. Oh, Lizzie just messaged me. Ruby is her birthstone. Of course she loves it. Yeah, I have loads of pools of light. Probably because, again, it's one of my favorite glass styles. And if you wonder, if you're new here and you don't know what a pools of light is, you can see the light going through and you can see the pools on my hand. So they're extra special when you wear them around your neck because not only do you have the necklace, but it casts the shadow of the pools onto your skin as well. And whether or not it's crystal or whether or not it's glass, it still does. You can see the reflection on my skin from this blue. Now, traditional pools of light are rock crystal quartz. But of course, the clever checks came along. I love this set. And I am not even, I've never been one to wear yellow on my skin. But these are just magical looking. My favorite, I think, is the pink. The blue is gorgeous. Absolutely, because it looks like bubbles. But I love these oval, that antique pink. Hi, Mert. And my favorite, and the most rare of all of these, is the UV. These are UV. And they're Vaseline glass. And we'll talk about Vaseline glass and the reason why they call it Vaseline. Is anybody this old? Is anyone here as old as me? Do you remember? I'm going to turn that gem tester off because I'm going to kill my battery there. We'll go back to rock crystal. Do you remember Vaseline when it was yellow? Do they still make Vaseline that is yellow tinted? I don't think so. But I remember when I was little that my grandma used to have this yellow Vaseline. And the first color in Vaseline glass was this color. There's some other Vaseline glass here. Now this is opaline. And it's white and blue and pink. And I've had this many, many times. And they call it magic glass because it glows. I've had it in pink. I've had it in blue. I've had it in lavender. And this literally glows on your skin. It's another fabulous piece of way to wear glass. Can you see the gold glow in it? Hi, Terry. How are you, sweetheart? All right, this one's Art Deco. We'll do some Italian glass. Why not, Millefiori, a million flowers. One of the easy ways to spot antique from vintage. Do I have any vintage out? I don't tend to collect too much vintage Millefiori. It's kind of common, touristy, overdone. This is a super long strand. I love them because to me, they look like patchwork. Like a patchwork quilt. This is another deco one. And this. Now, post-Art Deco. Why is it important that it's pre-Art Deco, that it's actually more valuable? Post-Art Deco, they were able to do it machine extruded. Pre-Art Deco, they would have been hand done. And that's the difference in the value of the glass. And that's pretty much why I don't collect the vintage stuff. Hi, Deanna. How are you, honey? More Italian glass that I absolutely adore. Wedding cake. And you can see why they got nicknamed wedding cake, because it looks like icing. It's actually three-dimensional. And it looks like icing on a cake. Now, these are all deco examples. I do love this bracelet. That's roll gold. The difference between roll gold and real gold. Roll gold can be 7 to 12% gold. There's enough gold in real gold, rolled gold, that it doesn't bother me. I can actually wear it. It's kind of like the only costume I can wear. Now, I am lying, because Royal Crown Tafari, most of their pieces are so heavily plated, I can wear some of that. Italian. We were with the Italian. So let's go with an Italian. Oh, I love these. I love these. And this is the only example I could find quickly. Now, this one is deco. They did make designs in the 60s as well. They brought them back. This is Venetian. And they're little birds and they're fruits and leaves and just absolutely kitsch and adorable. So the big three, let's call it, glass makers. Italian, Czech, and we're going to kind of, not fair, but lump Viennese. Oh, actually, there are 4 French. And the English would be really upset with me because they're pretty prolific glass makers as well. Like, this is English slag glass. It's Art Deco, and it's uranium. And they're so delicate. And here's me. I had it all together, didn't I? Oh, goodness. I've had so many examples of it over the years. Now, this one needs a restring, but it is one of my favorites. I did show you from the top that pink and blue satin glass. You can see this is, the cord's gone bad in it. This is rhubarb satin. It's pink and green. We're going to come in close so I can show you the green. It's green satin glass. It's Czech and it's pressed. I need to redo this. It's absolutely gorgeous and unique. I love the colors in it. African trade beads. I don't have any African trade beads out. I do have them. Do you know where African trade beads are actually from? They're Italian and they're Czech. But they're called, that's where they came from originally. They were trade beads. Now, many examples are now made in Africa, but they're based on the Czech and the Italian designs. I do have some French out. Rissolet. Poured glass. There are so many different types of glass. But like lead crystal, once you see poured glass, it'll be easier for you. Once you see more examples of it, it's easier for you to identify. Not poured glass, Pate de Verre. Sorry, guys, it's late. It's been a long day. But this is Rissolet Pate de Verre, a long Art Deco strand. Pate de Verre, I think I tried to explain it to you before. It's made from a paste and then they add liquid to it. Speaking of jade, the Czechs like to mimic stone. So this is called Peking jade, but it's actually Czech glass. Now, let me pull some jade out. I think I have some jade that color. Should be nearby. Let's see, that's turquoise. Here we go. Now, this is real jade. An Art Deco. One of my personal pieces. I love real jade. Look at the velveting in that. Oof. So Peking jade glass, and an early example. The later stuff, you'll see it's more opaque. And actual jade. I have an entire necklace of this that needs restrung. These are Niger, though. Pressed uranium beads. It's an absolutely gorgeous Niger necklace. I didn't even touch on Niger. Didn't bring any out. We'll save that for, you know, another day. UV reactive satin glass. Now, satin glass is self-explanatory. It looks like satin. Lemon custard, uranium, of course, but it's uranium satin glass. The more complicated the glass is, that's when you run into money. Speaking of money, foil glass. I wouldn't say this is the second most expensive foil glass necklace I have, actually. This one is uranium. They normally did that. There we go. They normally put the string, you know, I'm a good beater will put the same color. Now, foil, my personal favorite rare glasses is volcanic ash. These ones, you know, are definitely Italian. They're volcanic ash and foil. Let me come in close and show you. And I love glass over top of foil because it makes it look alive. Now, the other day, I have to pull the belt buckle out. I got that fabulous copper belt buckle. And I said, I have a really short strand of peacock eye. Well, not only are these peacock eye, they're also volcanic ash. So, quite honestly, I think these are probably the most rare of the glass that I have out on the table right now, next to the Rousselet. Where is that belt buckle at? Now, this is the one I said, this is really short. And I was going to add other beads with it. And then when I got that belt buckle, I thought, I had a eureka moment. I'm like, no, make it a phenomenal necklace. Well, not a eureka, just a design moment. Of course, what I've done with the belt buckle at the moment. That's another. Aha, there's a piece of it. Let me zoom back out. Hi, Leonore. How are you, honey? So that's where it'll clip in the middle. And then I'm going to do the beads to either side. And the double peacock will be in the center. Personally, I think it'll be stunning once it's all put together. And now that I've found those beads, I wanted to show them to you when I got the belt buckle. Could I find them? No, absolutely not. I love the little check flowers, the little pressed flowers. And I think this is one of the sweetest necklaces. Now, I love the blue and green uranium. But I absolutely love this combination with the blue and green uranium and chain and flowers. This is check, of course. Here's another example. These are satin glass. Blue satin glass. And the little rondelles are like frosted. And these, of course, will be uranium. Gorgeous, isn't it? Very unusual. Now, this color is another, it's the checks. Again, trying to mimic stone. Looks so much like carnelian that you would swear it was carnelian. Except it's UV reactive. Necklaces where the chains break on you. You mean on beads, honey? Some beads are so heavy. I mean, I love beads on chain. Don't get me wrong. I think, to me, it's just, it's a step above. But some beads are so heavy that they're not. Maybe get them restrung on silk cord. If that's what you're talking, if you're talking about chain that breaks in beads, take them in and have, have them done, or if you can do it yourself on the heaviest possible cord. Because otherwise, some beads just aren't fit for it. Now, here we go. I thought so. These are also satin glass, double colors, rhubarb glass, and it's uranium. I'll show you. We'll do a little bit, we'll have to do a little light show, won't we? But these are absolutely fabulous. It's got satin uranium running through pink. Through that antique pink. Yeah, some of them are just too heavy, honey. And my advice would be to just get them put them on cord. There's a multicolored Tutti Frutti. Of course, uranium. Let's not stay too much longer, and let me show you jet. I have sellers ask me how to identify jet. So whether you're a seller or you're a buyer or a collector or just interested, jet is a stone. I say it's akin to amber because it takes millions of years of the earth's pressure to make it. It's lightweight. There is black amber, but this isn't amber. It's jet. Now, this is probably the most rare piece of... I have loads of jet, but this is an antique Victorian crucifix. And I love that it has Memento Mori on the bottom. That's all hand-carved jet beads. Now, we're going to show you jet stone, and I'm going to show you French jet. This is all jet stone. And these are actually necklaces that need redone. One of these pieces I know has it mixed. There's pieces of actual jet. Here's a piece of broken jet. That'll show you. Like, I would take that bead out if I was rebeading, restringing this. Like I ever have time to restring anything. These days I have no time to turn around. Let me grab a piece of French jet because I don't have any out. But I'm sure there'll be some here in the bag. Yeah, right off the top. So we can see the difference. I don't want to... Here, just grab a handful of it. Jet was very popular, especially Victorian. By the time when like proper mourning was finishing, mourning's always been a big thing. Wearing black and associating with mourning and loss. But English Whitby jet was very popular during Victorian times. Up until, like I said, Art Deco. So popular that the French developed French jet. AKA jet black glass. Now, when I hold up antique jet and antique French jet, can your eye see the difference immediately? Does one look like a natural material and the other one looks very shiny? The weight. This is almost warm in your hand like amber. And this is cold in your hand like glass. Now, easy ways to identify it. Where's that bead that's kind of broken that we're not going to bum out? Here we go. Unfinished porcelain. Like the unfinished edge of a cup or a mug. Stoneware, preferably. When you scratch it, it's going to immediately deposit color. Dark brown, almost black. Of course, if you only have one bead or a ring, you know, you're not going to want to try and identify it that way. Or if you have one, you know, just some beads, do an inconspicuous area. But that's an immediate test for Whitby jet. Let's see. Have we gone through everything? I think we have. I've shown you some Czech. I've shown you some Italian. I've shown you rock crystal. I've shown you lead crystal, French. And we've been on almost exactly an hour. So if you're watching it back and you have any questions, you can leave your questions on the video. If there's anything else that you want to see or for me to explain, as far as glass or crystal, if you feel like I've left something out, I know I'm tired, so, I mean, like, I forgot to tell you that is Moretti Millefiori. We'll have an in-depth. Sometime we'll go through just Italian glass, just Czech glass. I've been slacking. And I know, you know, I say I educate. Well, I normally educate during the sales. I tell you when something's from, what it's made from, you know. But I haven't had a jewel school in forever. And I just feel like I'm letting you down. I'm letting myself down. Ooh, let me show you a new necklace while we're here. It's in silver. I haven't cleaned the tarnish off of it because I kind of like it. They were so gorgeous and grapey that I literally thought they were crystal. They're not. They're amethyst. So my purple girls, let me show you this necklace. Beautiful, isn't it? And they're all fairly matched. And you can see that there's, you know, a variant. Literally, I thought, oh, it's just glass. No, it's Art Deco and it's amethyst. So, next sale, we'll have some sterling. If you twist my arm, I will bring silver charms and silver bracelets. We know those charm shows are brutal, but really we should have one. Of course, they'll be gold. What else am I going to bring for you? Pearls. And plus, I go to Birmingham tomorrow. So, we'll see what I can bring home from there. Oh, I got another little fob from Bob. I know a lot of you like to wear the watch chain necklaces. And this was just... now, do I have a ton of fobs? Yes, I do. But I love this one because it was delicate. And much more feminine than many of the watch fobs that I'm able to get a hold of. What is it? Carnelian, onyx, and bloodstone. Come in and show you the bloodstone. If you see anything on it, it's because I cleaned it when I got home. But I think that would be adorable on a necklace, or, like I said, if you wear a watch chain necklace, an Albert. And very feminine. So many of the fobs are just too chunky, too masculine, you know. I like that one because it was delicate, so I had to pick that up. I didn't show you fire polish crystal. We'll show you that quickly. I love these two examples. This one's UV reactive as well. I love fire polish. I am a magpie. If it sparkles, I want it. I must wear it. I think with that, we'll finish up for the evening. If you have any questions or comments, leave it on the video. If there's anything I didn't show you that you want to see, an example of glass, or you have any questions, you can always email me if you have any photos, and I'll help you try and identify it. Thank you guys for coming in. There will be a sale on Sunday. If there's something that I didn't mention that you want to see on Sunday, if there's something you want me to bring in for you specifically, and well, a lot of my people don't like to say specifics because they're afraid somebody else will buy it, but you could email it to me and just comment hi on the video. Yeah, I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock. And I've only been going since 7 o'clock this morning. Eek. I love you all, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for coming in. Have a great rest of your day. And if you're here in Europe, go to bed. Love you guys. Night, night.